that going on, what do we want from a lot of these people? Like problems with the camera. I'm trying to get it up now. The weather here in Florida, so for some reason the camera's not coming up. But anywho, I hope you guys caught a little piece of that. That was DTP music again. What do you want from me? And that's what I'll be doing. Now that we're on YouTube, I will be bringing you some of the new up and coming artists. Very excited to be doing that and thanking him for allowing me to play his song on the broadcast tonight. Again, I hope you guys got a piece of it because I was busy trying to work on the camera. So I hope the audio, I hope I didn't cut off the mic at that time. So if you have just come over here from being directed here, and it's because that means you were listening to the podcast for tonight's Saturday Shenanigans. And I told you that I was going to put a video out. We were going to be breaking down the CarriRichardson situation with the Olympics. And we're going to discuss a couple of other quick topics, and then I'll let you guys go. By that time, I know you'll be ready to go to the club. If y'all ain't already out to the club, I know y'all out, what they calling it now, outside. I ain't outside. I'm just telling you that right now. I think I'm a little limited outside, but not full blast, gung-ho outside. So those of you who are, please be safe. Y'all know the routine. You know, this is YouTube. They don't want to say anything that might trigger someone or whatever. So I have to be a little careful on here when I'm speaking. But you already know, follow, the CDC directions and enjoy yourselves. You do know that Delta is flying through. And from what they're saying, Delta is flying through and landing and has landed at many spots in about 4 states. So I just want you guys to be careful out here and take care. If you got, you did the hokey pokey and turned around, they say you should be good. And if you haven't done a hokey pokey, go ahead and mask on. Hey, mask on. Okay. All right. So I brought you over here because I wanted to break down this whole CarriRichardson Olympics situation and give basically my commentary and my opinion on what I feel is going on. Seth Rogen, shout out to Seth Rogen. He's an actor. Obviously, you've seen him on, I think, was it Daddies, Baby Daddies, and a whole bunch of other movies this man has been in, okay? He is a comedic goat, and he basically has said that it's racial. I ain't saying it. This ain't me. Even though I agree with him, Seth Rogen did say this on Fox News. He said it's unfortunate, but he knows that's what it is. I'm trying to remember the swimmer, the real famous swimmer that had the grills and was caught with the bong and all this and have all the medals and all this. I want to look him up. So we're gonna, go through a little storyline, and we're going to try to figure out if this is just them doing their job or if this is something a little deeper. Now, my thing is the young lady, if you all are familiar, which I'm sure by now, I'm sure everyone is, but just in case you're not, and bring you up to speed, she is the young lady that was running and she won the 100 meter. She qualified to go to the Olympics. And when she finished the accomplishment, the feat, because she's a beast, okay? When she did finish, what happened was that she found out her mom had passed. And she did not know that before she started running. And, in my heart of hearts, I really feel like her running and her breaking that record and her actually qualifying, I felt like that was her mom. I was watching the Bad Boys, and I love this documentary, 30 for 30 Bad Boys by the Bad Boy, Detroit Pistons. I love that documentary. It is so gut-wrenchingly real and raw, and I love it. And the part where Isaiah Thomas and they were in the game, and Joe Dumars all of a sudden went off, and he put this shot of this teardrop, and it just went right in. And the camera pans to Isaiah, and Isaiah says, he could, because he knew, but they didn't want to tell Joe before the game. They wanted to wait till after the game because they didn't want him to have, a breakdown and everything, and wait till after the game and tell him. And he said when he looked and he saw the ball going in, he was like, yeah, that was from heaven. And I thought about that with Sha'Carri and her accomplishment on the track. Now, fast forward, she was tested, and apparently, and according to WADA, which we're going to get into, WADA is the World Anti-Doping Association. Okay, so I want everybody to think it's all of the countries, all of them that I think collectively they have representatives from each one. They are the ones that provides the rules and the regulations, what's on the list, so what can be in your system, what can't be in your system, things of that nature. Okay, so WADA is the one who goes and it sends out the little, I call them probation officers, and the reason I say that is because these people are coming out to these Olympians' homes, and they come and basically, pee in the cup. Simple stuff. Pee in the cup. We're going to test you, make sure that there's nothing going on. And they have time set. I think you got to make sure that nothing is done during the time of competition, and 11:59 p.m. the night before to 11:59 after the competition. She was not really in competition. She had just qualified. Okay. So, and another thing too, for those of you who are not familiar, when you have the tweeds, tweed is in your system for 30 days. Okay. That's, you can look it up. It's in your system for 30 days. Other things like sugar cookies and stuff like that, sugar cookies and all that usually is between 2 and 5 days. I think 72 hours for the sugar cookies. Okay? And pick up on that. Like I said, it's YouTube. I can't really go any deeper than that. But I'm sure you know what sugar cookies is. The sugar. So, okay. So that being said, I'm feeling like there's some type of agenda going on, and I don't try to jump to the agenda as a card or the agenda thought quickly. I always like for things that, let me get all of the facts, let a couple of days pass so things can develop, because it's so easy to come to a conclusion about something when it is, that same day as soon as you hear it. But then, like when 3, 4, 5, 6 days pass by and these other things happen, then, okay. Now, and the reason I say this is because there have been several of the Olympic champions and Olympians prior to Sha'Carri that have been basically pulled or been accused of something and threatened with suspension. There was one that they had her on a contingent suspension, and then they found out that it was not ducking them up. She was actually in an Uber at the time and all this stuff. And I'm going to try to share the screen and show you that story. But that's my thing. It's almost like you guys are going out because you don't want them to go to Tokyo for these Olympics. It's too many of them. It's looking too chocolate. What's going on? Something's got to be wrong. They can't all be winning like this. And that's the way in my opinion, that's the way that it's happening, because it has happened to several young ladies. And give me a minute. Let me try and pull this up. I'm going to share my screen. And we go, like, for instance, sprinter Gabby Thomas. Okay. You had Thomas, who they said they didn't know where she was. They came to test her. She was nowhere to be found, and they had given her a provisional suspension for failing to make herself available for the anti-doping test. But now, since they said that, it's been lifted. Okay, according to Athletics Integrity Unit, they said this earlier on Friday evening. And Thomas, who is twice a 200 meters winner at the Lawson Diamond League, had been banned in May by the AIU for allegedly missing 3 tests in a 12-month period, a violation of the anti-doping rules. But according to the AIU's Twitter account, Thomas provided new evidence in June, and as a result, one of the missed tests cannot be established, so an anti-doping rule violation has not been committed. Now, just so you know, they have 3. So it's like it's like baseball. Yeah, it's like a 3-strike rule, which means that anytime we're coming to see you, if you're not there, okay, we're going to come again. You're not there. We come that last time, you're not there. Automatically, you are disqualified, okay? And this is what happened with Gabby Thomas. Now, this was back in May. Now look at this. We in July. Just follow me. Just follow me, okay? Let me see if I can share it so you guys can see. Because I like, for stuff, especially things like this, I like to share with my peeps so that they know what's going on. And you're reading it for yourself, and it's not just like, oh, I'm the one that's telling you this, okay? Okay, so here, you have Gabby Thomas, all right? You see that? You see her? And this is the article. Now, this was back in May that this happened with Gabby, all right? Phone tracking data and multiple witnesses will conclusively show that I was at the exact location I established in my whereabouts, and that the doping control officer simply failed to locate me and failed to follow proper protocol, Thomas said in the statement. All right? And basically, she had phone tracking to show, because I hope you all know, and if you don't know, now you know that when it comes to these phones and everything, yes, they are being tracked. Yes, they are listening to us. Yes, we are being recorded. Yes, and yes. Okay. So that being said, now that is Gabby. Okay. Now let's go on to another young lady. We're going to go down because I want to talk about the next one. Not Sha'Carri. Let's talk about Deja Stevens. Okay. Now, Deja Stevens is another one who they have said allegedly was nowhere to be found when they came around to make her pee in the cup. Okay. So you got Deja Stevens, a Rio Olympic sprinter, another sprinter, and fellow Tokyo Olympic hopeful, just like Gabby. Okay. She was provisionally suspended. A suspension for I hate when this stuff happens. Let me bring it back down so you guys can see it. I think I was going too fast. These ads. A suspension for the whereabout failures means any combination of 3. So I just told you guys that was the rule, right? In a 12-month period. According to a statement from the Athletics Integrity Unit, Stevens amassed 3 whereabout violations in a year. Stevens won the U.S. national title in the women's 200 meters. So here go another one. Okay. Here go another champion in one of these little meter runs. Okay. And 2016 Rio de Janeiro. Okay. So sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. Let me back up out of that. So here's the thing. Now I know this is something they're doing with all of the athletes. I get it. I understand. No problem. Okay. It's just looking very weird because there were never any issues with them prior to the actual Olympics. Like everything that they won was through college or whatever, but now that it's time for the real big deal, here we go. Okay? And then you have, of course, CarriRichardson, who was suspended. Okay? So let's get into that. And then I want to get into another young lady by the name of Brianna McNeil. I'm going to see if I can pull her up right here while we're here. Let me see if I can pull her up. And then we'll get back. We'll go back to Sha'Carri. Okay. Now, here go another one. So what number we on? We was on Gabby Thomas, who was provisionally suspended. That has been lifted. We had Deja Stevens. She is provisionally suspended, I guess, unless she can come up with where she, her whereabouts. And if she can't come up with her whereabouts, she will be roundabout the way while everybody's gone to Tokyo to play. Okay? So, Brianna McNeil, reigning Olympic, here we go again, 100-meter, but this one is the hurdles champion, becomes the second high profile to be banned from the Olympics, okay? So let's go down and check this article out. American hurdler Brianna McNeil will not defend her Olympic title in Tokyo after the Court of Arbitration for Sport dismissed her appeal of a 5-year suspension for a doping code violation. McNeil, the 2016 Olympic 100-meter hurdles gold medalist, becomes the second high-profile U.S. track and field athlete this week to be ruled out in the Tokyo Games in their primary event because of a doping code violation. Sprinter CarriRichardson was stripped of her Olympic trials 100-meter title after testing positive for cannabis in tests conducted after the event final in Eugene, Oregon, which, let me stop there. There are 17 states that have legalized recreational use of marijuana. Okay? Let's be clear. Also, the state that she was in is one of those states. So, legally, outside of the Olympics, she did nothing wrong. Richardson agreed to a 1-month suspension, which will allow her to still compete in the 4x100, so the relay. And this is my thing. Didn't I tell y'all that it lasts in your system for 30 days? So, of course, she's going to agree to 30 days because she knows she ain't going to be doing nothing. And that way she'll be able to make it to, she'll be able to make the test. It was only marijuana. And the thing, it's not us. It wasn't a steroid. It wasn't an opioid. It wasn't some type of human growth hormone, like this stuff that people use to actually get strong and break bricks over their head or whatever. So it wasn't any of that. What it was simply was that her mom had passed. It happens. Mama passed. I'm there, I'm crying. I'm going through it. You here. You say, here, hit this. Relax your nerves. She hit it and relax her nerves. Next thing you know, they're testing. She go to run. It wasn't on the day. Or it wasn't even on the day before. And I'm trying to see. I don't know. My internet is acting a donkey right now and putting up all kind of crazy ads and stuff. But it wasn't the fact that she did it. Like I said, she didn't. Okay, good. I got it all. So maybe I can go back and share it with you guys. But it wasn't the fact that she did it the same day, because according to them, that is the only way that, that's a violation. That time frame, 11:59, day before, 11:59, and during competition. So I guess you can look at it and say we're in competition season. I guess you could say that. I just think it's very disheartening. I feel like I said, I feel like they are out to say, you know what? It's got to be something. All of y'all can't be doing this. All of y'all can't be this great. All of you ladies can't be running it like this. Okay? So we have to know. Our people have to know. Let's just keep it real. We have to know not to get caught up in the BS. We have to know how not to get caught up. I think it's a show. I don't know. I forgot the name of the show, but it's a sports show, and these guys were talking, and they're retired football players. And the guy was saying in the NFL they have a rule, and it's only you have in this rule you have two choices. Okay, first choice to know the rules and do it within the rules. Second choice, don't do it. Okay, so I think that Sha'Carri at this point maybe should have said, "Don't do it." I really still feel like it's a bunch of crock because you have NFL players, MLB players, hockey players that are saying, "What are you talking about?" And let me see if I can, if it'll stop acting up on me. Let me see if I can find the name of this swimmer, and I want to see if they stripped him of his gold medals because I can't remember if they did or not. Okay, so let me see if I can pull this up for you all. Because I remember he had the grill in and Michael Phelps, okay? And Twitter has already brought this up. Okay, Twitter has already brought it up. Y'all already know Twitter don't play, but Twitter will jump on it in a minute. I'm trying to figure out what's the difference too between Michael Phelps. Okay, he did admit bad judgment. Now, that was back in 2009. This was before, okay? This was before all of the legalization of recreational use or even medicinal use of marijuana, okay? So, he admitted to the bad judgment. He said, "I engaged in behavior which was regrettable and demonstrated bad judgment," the record-setting American athlete said in a statement issued on Sunday. "I'm 23 years old, and despite the successes I have had in the pool, I acted in a youthful and inappropriate way." Okay? He had won 8 medals, gold medals at 2008 Summer Olympics in Beijing, China. All right? And he had posted a statement after a photo that came out with him holding a bong and smoking it. The U.S. Olympic Committee said it was disappointed in his behaviors that he exhibited. Okay, let me see if I can pull up their whole statement. Michael is a role model, and he is well aware of the responsibilities and accountability that come with setting a positive example for others, particularly young people. However, Michael has acknowledged that he made a mistake and apologized for his actions. We are confident that going forward, Michael will consistently set the type of example we all expect from a great Olympic champion. All right. And that was pretty much it. Now, I don't know if it's because it wasn't during, let me see. The Olympic swimmer is one of 12 Olympic athletes that have pledged to My Victory, an initiative launched last year, which was at that time would have been 2008, by the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency to keep competitive sports clean of cheating and drug use. Okay? I could go on and on and on and on and on. Even the guy that they had a big documentary about him too, Lance, that won all of those different Tour de France. Okay? And he was doping. But they couldn't catch him because, like I said, the guy said that it's 2 different rules. You either do it within the rules or you don't do it. Okay? Now, I think that now they did sue him, but I don't think he lost. I don't think he lost any of his medals or anything. They actually took Sha'Carri's her accomplishment with that 100-meter. I can understand that. Okay. It says that he had lost a major sponsorship. I remember he was losing the sponsors. And then the U.S. Swimming suspended Phelps for 3 months. Okay. So they suspended him for 3 months. But I think at that time, it wasn't any competition going on. So it wasn't like he missed out on the Olympics. So, listen. And I hate to sound like a broken record. And I know everyone's been, everyone says this every time something happens to one of us, quote, quote. But at the end of the day, we have to fly above and beyond and out there, because if we don't, we're screwed. Because them goons are lurking. Okay? Them goons are lurking. They checking for us. They waiting for us to make one false move. You did. You remember that with the dreadlocks? That's just what it is. One false move. So I'm just like, I'm trying to figure it out. Why do we, and I'm not really upset with her because, like I stated before, and if you listen to the podcast, you go back, I did do the podcast today. So you guys can simply stir on some shenanigans for your little holiday weekend. And I did say that we would come over here to do like a more in-depth breakdown. Okay? So that being said, Sha'Carri, I honestly don't feel, it's almost like we'll do it for the month because we know the 30 days that's going to be gone. But you can still run for the relay. You can do the group thing, but we don't want you to get an individual accomplishment that you're actually going to be the record holder. You'll be the face of that race. Okay, that's the way I look at it. Once again, we can just all be in our feelings, but that's how I look at it. Now, let me see if I can, before we move on from Sha'Carri, I want to show you guys. Let me see how much if they say in this, let me see if they say anything about the amount. Because I think it was like 1 point something. It was like barely the amount that they allow. Barely over, the amount they allow. I'm going to look through this. Okay. Richardson blamed the positive test on her use of marijuana as a way to cope with the unexpected death of her biological mother, she was raised by her grandmother. Said she learned about the death from a reporter. Which listen, y'all. You learn about the death of your mama from a reporter after accomplishing one of the biggest feats in your life at the age of 21. She didn't pick up meth. She didn't pop a pill. She didn't throw back a cup of lean. She didn't do none of that. She didn't get no sugar cookies. She didn't do none of that. She went and roll her one to sit and relax, and that's what it does. Which we've been saying that the advocates, which Seth Rogen, which I love him, the advocates have said 1,000 quadrillion times. And I want y'all to say it. I don't care. It's a plant. It's a plant. Last time I checked, drugs are created. They are made in a lab. Okay? I'm like, like Cat Williams say, I just so happen to throw it out of the seed, and next thing you know, this beautiful plant grow, okay? That's what that is. That is a plant put here by good, great God. A plant, okay? So I just hate that she apologized. I wouldn't apologize, said it was a mistake. I wouldn't have done any of that. They already notified the other women who competed in the 100-meter final at the trials about the failed drug test. And according to 2 people with direct knowledge of the information, and several runners have been told that they have moved up a spot in the final standing. See what I mean? And they were already talking junk about Sha'Carri. I'm going to tell you, it's a lot of racial undertones with this. Jenna Prandini, who placed 4th in the trials, has been notified that she will now be one of the 3 American women running 100 in Tokyo. And Gabby Thomas, who finished 5th at the trials, was named as an alternate for the race. The people said Richardson will be eligible to return just before the track and field events at the games begin on July 30th. That day's schedule includes the first qualifying rounds in the women's 100, an event that now will happen without her. Okay? I want to see if they said how much. And like she said, I just say, don't judge me. I'm human. I'm you. I just happen to run a little faster. Adding that she expects some people to criticize her marijuana use. They don't necessarily understand, and I wouldn't even call them haters. While it will be over by that time when the title Olympic track and field competition begins, the positive test erased her Olympic trials performance in the women's 100, meaning that she will not run any event. Unlike the Olympic selection processes of some other countries, USA track and fields procedures leave little room for discretion over who qualifies. They dictate that top 3 finishers in a given event at the trials qualify for the Olympics, provided their performances reach the Olympic standard. It is possible that Richardson could still compete in the relay even if she is ruled out of the individual race. The decision will be up to USA Track and Field, the national governing body of the sport. Up to 6 athletes are selected to the country's relay pool, and 4 of them must be the top 3 finishers in the 100 meters. So are we paying attention to this? Let me say it again. Only 6 can qualify, and of those, 3 have to be at least 3 that that finish in 100 meters. But if her 100 meters has been erased, hello somebody, then that means she can't really be, now it's up to our judgment. Simple certain damn shenanigans. Now it's up to our discretion. We will choose who runs for us. No, those legs chose who ran for you, and she ran the hell out that damn race. And let me tell y'all something. For the simple fact that it was nothing that enhanced her and that she was still under her sheer natural will is enough for y'all rabbit asses to let that girl run. I just can't understand the bull crap. They didn't even respond with no text messages, no phone calls. No, because you know it's bull crap that you're doing. It's shenanigans. That's why we're sipping and stirring them. It's shenanigans. Then let me tell y'all something that's even nastier. Let me tell you something that's even nastier. As y'all know, Sha'Carri wears her, she got her little do that she wears and her nails. She's almost like, to me, I consider her the modern Flojo. She is the modern Flojo to me. Okay? And her lashes and stuff, she's cute. That's what we do. We got to be cute when we whooping your ass. Okay? And let me see if I can show you guys this. Hopefully it's working back right. Okay? As you can see, Australian journalist Claire Lehman is trending for implying Sha'Carri Richardson's hair extensions and acrylic nails are a sign of steroid use. Somebody hold me back. Hold me back. Hold me back. I feel like jumping on the damn plane, flying over there and slapping the piss out of her ass, allegedly. Okay? I know we don't condone violence. Not sure whether the nails are real or fake, But in case you didn't know, very strong nails and hair can be a side effect of steroid use. It can also be a side effect of rosemary oil. It can also be a side effect of some salad enhancer. It can also be a side effect of some good Royal Crown grease, some Blue Magic. It can also be a good sign of that good hair, good genes. It can also be a sign of I eat beef liver and rice because the iron is good in my system. Are you freaking serious? Are you freaking serious? Who in the fluffing hell told this jackass that you wearing weave and acrylic nails, not even her nails, acrylic nails? Come on, y'all. Somebody talk to me. If it's not some racial undertones going on in that mother fluffer, talk to me. Talk to me. That's all I'm going to say on that. Sha'Carri, we rolling with you, baby. Hot D Johns. Kiwi 305 is rolling with you, niece. Okay? And we're going to leave that right there. Y'all see what I put up next? Zendaya and Tom Holland caught smooching in the little car. Who is Tom Holland? Let me tell y'all, for those who are Marvel fans and those of you who have kids that love Spider-Man, that's the dude from the Spider-Man movie. I want y'all to look at this picture. I just want y'all to look at this picture, and I want to try to understand it. If she like it, I love it. I'm sure he loving it. I'm sure he's loving it. Okay. So, congratulations, Zendaya. It's some brothers out here that I know that y'all probably crying right now after the pain. After the pain. Look at my baby. Look at my nephew. I'm going to see if I can pull it. You don't really need no sound. Y'all see what it is. Kodak Black was out here in the 954 representing, handing out, giving out air conditioners in his old hood where he used to stay in the apartments where they have to have their own window ACs, not central air. Okay, yes, there are still places that have window units. Okay, I thought this was a beautiful thing, and I just wanted to share it. I thought it was a beautiful thing. I'm like, go ahead, Kodak. I don't care what y'all say about my nephew. He doing all right. He trying. Okay. I talked about this on the podcast, but I guess I'll add this on in here to the video part because it was stated last night on an exclusive that Kelvin had married Sharina. Allegedly, he's around her in Florida in Coral Springs where the retired gangsters play. Okay. So he has put out, him and Sharina Nicola are soulmates, and that means we riding like Megan and Tyrese from Waist Deep, like Omar and Sanaa from Love and Basketball. I want to say, and like Portia and Simon from Real Hoes of Atlanta, like Nico and Kevin from Real Life. I said what I said. I said what I meant. Yeah, y'all riding just like that. She held you down in the backdrop, helped you rob Wendy, allegedly, and now you ain't got no other choice. Where else is you going? Everybody know who your ass is. You can't go nowhere else. Superstar. We saw what you did, Auntie Wendy. Ain't none of us jumping on that damn train. You ain't got that damn much money. 10 minutes can go real quick, and you got a baby girl. I hope her next 20 business ventures actually do something, because all the other ones that she did using Auntie Wendy's money failed. And God don't bless no mess. So you talking about, no, you're not married and you never sit in the courtroom again over love? What love? What love? You loved Wendy when you was with this whore for all those years and robbing Wendy blind? This was, how about Bonnie and Clyde? Why you didn't put Bonnie and Clyde? You missed one. Bonnie and Clyde, who used to go and rob together. That's who that is. That's your Bonnie and Clyde. Don't be talking no damn loving damn basketball. No, y'all ain't on that loving basketball level with the whoretails. Pick up your feelings if you don't like what I'm talking about, brother. Pick up your fucking feelings. Okay? So, no congratulations for him. We don't believe you. You need more people. I don't believe that came out of nowhere where there's smoke, there's fire. Y'all around here hiding in these trees, out in Coral Springs, in these bushes and shit out here in the Everglades, in the sawgrass, okay? So, whatever. All right. Now, I want to move on to Judge Brown. Okay? Please like, share, and subscribe, y'all. I'm trying to build this YouTube channel up. I know y'all been asking me to come on to YouTube, so I'm over here. I was trying to do my podcast thing on my little podcast platform. Oh, we need to see you. And now my camera messed up tonight, but that's okay. We still vibing. We still grinding. Okay? We want to talk about Judge Brown. Judge Brown doing some many things. Many men. He's doing big things over here. Judge Brown is dropping the gavel and the mic all at the same fucking time on him up. Okay? He's dropping gavels, he's dropping mics, he's dropping knowledge, he's dropping gems, he's dropping hoes and niggas too. Okay? Whoever wants it can get the smoke, can get the fire, can get the lick, the stick, and everything that come with that shit, okay? He's about that life. And I say, shoot, I pray that I reach that age, because let me tell you something. When you reach the age of 60 and over, it's a shock G moment. Do what you like. Say what you like, okay? Y'all know a couple of years ago, Quincy Jones was out here dropping everybody's business, talking about how Richard was around here getting pounded and wanting to get pounded, and how they was fucking on each other, and he was talking about how Michael was stealing people's music or talking them out of their music. A lot of things. How Richard Pryor was Marlon Brando's bottom bitch allegedly. Sip and stir. Quincy was dropping a lot of things out on here. A lot. So it's obvious when you get a certain age, when you reach a certain stage in life, you feel like I've earned this. I did the yes ma'am and no ma'am growing up. I did the yes ma'am, no ma'am when I was in the workplace. I did, I did all those things. I held my tongue. I did what they said. I didn't speak when it was nothing nice I had to say. I put a muzzle on. I did all of that. But right about now, niggas, I'm going to say what I want to say. So that being said, with the whole Bill Cosby debacle, we're going to get on Felicia. We're going to get on Honey. We're going to get on Claire, baby. We're going to get on Claire Huxtable in a minute. Trying to stand up for her TV husband. But I don't know if you guys know about the Black News Channel. It's BNC. I love it. It's always, everything on there is black. I'm like, shout out, finally. I'm sure I'm sure I need to find out who owns that channel. And then I can give a full shout out. How about that? Because we already know what's going on with BET. Hello? Are we there? Testing. Oh, y'all didn't know that? Now that Bob Johnson gone and BET ain't BET. BET is the fake for we. Huh? Did I say a word? Sister. It ain't that real FUBU for us by us. It's pretending to be for us to buy us out. B-U-Y, not B-Y. Okay? But y'all know there's been a lot of debates going on about what happened with Bill Cosby. I did discuss this on the after show of the Keith Sweat, Bobby Brown versus battle. Please check that out, that video. And the reason I did that is because here at Hot D John's Experience, what we like to do when there's a versus, we have a little fun twist on it. We like to take the topics and we will create, the versus battle that's going on with those particular trending topics and celeb gossip. So that being said, please check that video out. But yeah, we did discuss it and we broke down about Bill Cosby and some of the stuff that some of the reactions that people were having. Of course, Mark Lamont Hill was one of the ones that was saying this was a devastating day and, injustice. And he was quite upset. Judge Joe Brown actually went on his TV show and he was interviewed. And I think, it says it right here. He tweeted later on, Lamont did. that this interview actually came a day after the Pennsylvania Supreme Court overturned Cosby's 2018 sexual assault conviction, and that it left him disgusted. Okay, now he already said that on Twitter and everything. Look at Mark. Y'all see Mark Lamont? Like he done got swole. He must have got a bigger check over there at the Black News Channel or something. It's less people ain't like BT. Larry BT ain't paid no money. You say yes in the hotel Holiday Inn, not even Holiday Inn. Holiday Inn did a step up, get you the free breakfast. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah. So Hill, who was a professor at Cosby's alma mater at Temple University, invited Brown to his show for a discussion on the issue after the two fired off opposing tweets on the reversal. Now, the segment lasted about 15 minutes, y'all, okay? And while they agreed in the interview that the legal manner of Cosby's assault conviction was indeed unfair, they differed on what Cosby's 2005 deposition at the center of the criminal case mean, which I also talked about that. I also broke that down on To Be Honest Thursday in the after show of the Bobby Brown and Keith Sweat verses, okay? And he said the deposition was a part of a civil court case in which Cosby disclosed that he obtained drugs to give to women he planned to pursue for sexual relations. Okay? So the Q-Lubes, like I said on that previous video, the Q-Lubes, according to Cosby, when he was asked, were purchased. They asked him, did you purchase them with the intent to use them to have sex with women? And his response was yes. Okay? That's a real open-ended question. That was what my view of my take was of that. That's an open-ended question. Because then you get, did you buy a ball of Hennessy and stuff because you knew your man was coming over tonight and you want to get, yeah, because he's, it's wetter when it's drunk, okay? Okay. How Drake say? It's better, it's better, you like it better when I'm drunk or whatever. I feel better when it's drunk. It's like that. Allegedly. So, he said, Hill asked if Cosby should still be held accountable for his predatory behavior, to which Brown replied by calling attention to the accusers. What about these women being accountable for their own behavior, said Brown, who hosted the show Judge Joe Brown. Y'all know he's a real judge. They were groupies. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, sex, drugs, rap, sex, drugs, baseball, football, basketball, movies, television. See, it's called being a groupie. We forgot what the term meant. You better talk to him, Joe, because that is the exact, and I am a female who's been in that situation. Okay, I've been in a situation before. Okay, so I am a woman looking at this, and I said on the previous video, that was my take. I said, how many, I didn't say it quite the way Snoop said it. Snoop said it, he just put it out there. And he basically said what I said. I just said it in a more diplomatic, politically correct way. Okay? I said, how many women get headaches and having to go to the same man? Your motherfucking ass can go to Walmart and get the $1,000 to go take your ass to bed. Huh? How many women or people or whatever are having headaches? And if they are, what's going on? Well, yeah, everybody that coming to that party having headaches. Maybe that's what y'all need to check and find out. But that was just a question. And I just want to insert disclaimer here. This is not to discredit, to put down any victim of any type of that type of case, or a case where you feel you've been wronged or you feel like something's been done to you against your will. You are to seek criminal repercussions against that person. Absolutely. Criminal. See, I've been saying this on my podcast, and I'm saying here, and I hope I don't get stricken, YouTube, because I am trying. You'll listen to it and see I'm trying my best to be very diplomatic with this. You have to understand. You have to be responsible for your behavior. If you know you get litty after 2 drinks, do 1.5. If you know you pass out after 3 drinks, do 1. If you know that you've been in, it's things like that. Know yourself and handle your behavior accordingly. That's all the man is saying. And yes, they have forgotten about groupies. I said it the other night. The 60s and the 70s, like sex, drugs, rock and roll, baby. That's what it was. The 90s. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, baby. Sex, drugs, and rap, baby. Oh, we're going to hang on the bus. We're going to be able to go through 3 different states before they kick us off. We're going to enjoy ourselves. He was a comedian. So they will come to the parties. Y'all already knew at the Playboy Mansion. Y'all know what it was. Y'all know who he was. It was the big Mr. Pimp Hefner. Huh? Pimp Hefner? Biggest pimp in the whole world. Biggest legal pimp. Him and Big Daddy over there at Bunny Ranch. God bless the dead. Biggest pimps in the world. Who do you think their clients were? You had Daddy at the Bunny Ranch in Vegas. You had Hefner. And come on, dog. Really? It's a picture. I wish I'm going to see if I can pull it up and find it, that my friend posted. And it was him with his snow bunnies all around him, wrapped around him like a coat, smiling, saying cheese. Now, I don't know if any of those 3 women were any that came forward, but I can tell you this. Those women didn't look like they, and I know Wendy has her opinion too, and she said it's been circulating around in the industry for years. And I know as a little girl, we've heard whisperings and stuff about Bill Cosby as well. About the same thing. About the Spanish insects and all of this. And yeah. But that was also a thing too. So Brown continued. The bimbos come to the party. They hang out. They get drunk. They, eat the cookies. And they have a good time. They use the hall closets to get ahead in life. We go in there and talk to someone who can get and bathrooms to get down. And you go in to get your coat off of the bed, and they're laying there on top, of the bed, being active. That's what that's about. Then Hill contended that Cosby did was not consensual because he gave the women, things. That's why it wasn't consensual. Okay? Let's see if we can play a little bit. Hope I don't get stricken. Just for the sake of y'all, this is on Twitter. I think I can play it. Oh, no. Wait. Let me give y'all the audio. Would be nice, right? So my camera's not working. This is horrible. I don't like that. I can't be on camera. I got my hair all cute, too. That's all right. I'll be going live on Monday so you guys can see me. Okay, let's see if we can get y'all a little bit of this audio.
To have paramountcy over what happens within the law. That's not the way it goes. I get people who never even took what they should have gotten in the 4th and 5th grade get to talking about how somebody going to disprove what these women accuse Dr. Cosby of. And the truth of the matter is you don't have to. They have to prove that what they claim is true, not the other way around. That's American law.
Innocent.
I see too much of this. Show up on the courthouse, voice your opinion, and get the courts to yield to what you believe. That's not the way the law works. That's called mob rule, mob justice. And if you want a more egregious exemplar, take what happened to Emmett Till and every other black man that's been lynched in the history of this country because somebody got emotional and decided to suborn the law, go around it, and do what their emotions drove them to do.
Okay. So he basically saying what the law is. And with him being a judge, he knows what the law is. That's all he was saying. He's not saying that he don't think that that didn't happen with the women. He's saying let's make sure that we take into account what their attitudes were, what their behavior was. Okay. He said, young sir, you were way out of your league, and I control the narrative. He said, misogyny and apologies of rape culture. He said, you advocate feminist emotionalism, ignorance of the law, and mob rule, the cause of so many black deaths. Wow. Man up and stop letting yourself be used by our enemies. Let me tell y'all something. Judge Joe Brown ain't playing. Kwame, all the Browns. Hell, meet the Browns. Sister, meet the Browns. Judge Joe Brown, Kwame Brown, meet the mud-plucking Browns, baby. They are coming to not play. They coming to slay all day, okay? Meet the Browns. Oh, my gosh. This is a beautiful thing. They are a trip. But, yeah, so, you know, they going to leave Judge Brown alone today and every day and twice on their birthday. Shout out to Choke No Joke. That's what you're going to do. And, yeah, that's what you're going to do. Oh, man. Okay. So, I want to see, now Stephanie Mills. Now, let's get to, before we get to Felicia Rashad, and I think that will be done by then. Before we get to Felicia Rashad, please y'all share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Hot D Johns. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, also on your favorite podcast listening platforms. Make sure that you subscribe to the Hot D Johns experience, okay? And check out your girl, Kiwi 305, baby. Let me say thank you right now to all of my flaming and all my day ones who have been following and riding and rolling with me. We are an organic organization. We are going. There's no box. It is what it is and who it is that listens. And we love the fact that you are growing with us. Thank you so much. And I want you to be a flame. So to be a flame, come on over to Spotify. Come on over to Anchor. Come on over to Amazon Music and iHeart Music and Google Podcasts and join us as we have fun throughout the week. We're changing up our little content a little bit. We're going to have more guests coming on to do interviews. Just to give you an explanation of what this podcast is, we are changing the game in podcasting, okay? That's what we are doing. We are taking a different approach to podcasting. It's not just going to be us sitting around and talking. It's going to be that as well, but it's not going to be us just doing interviews. It's not going to be that. We're going to be discussing some of the harder topics that a lot of people don't want to touch. That's coming up next. That's why we say we are the one-stop pod to be entertained, engaged, and informed. Yes, you will be entertained. Yes, we will make sure that you're engaged and certainly make sure that you're informed. Okay, certain things I won't be able to discuss on YouTube because, you know, it's sensitive and it's triggering. I will be doing that on the podcast, and then we will be going to Patreon so I can really discuss some stuff that, some information that I've gotten. And yeah, so just ride with me, grow with me. Shout out to KCL Goods LLC for your resin goods on IG. Make sure you check out Culture Beyond. That's Culture with the ED, Beyond, all one word, for all of your beauty and your skin needs, for your facial, for your hair, everything. Just go there. No preservatives, no GMO, no animal fat. Okay? All natural, all vegan beauty products. Check out Culture Beyond on Instagram, okay? And also check out your girl Blessings Lifestyle. Blessings Lifestyle is helping me to get snacks for the summer. Okay, summer just happened this week, so give me a minute. All right, have some things going on, a couple of funerals. So, a couple of funerals, couple of, plates of macaroni and cheese, and you back in stride again, having to try to get out slim again, okay? But yeah, just want to shout them out. Also, shout out my day ones on the podcast. Shout out to Cassius. Shout out to Lou. Shout out to Fondra. Shout out to Jara. Shout out to Suleiman. Shout out to Biggie. Shout out to Nina J. Shout out to Yachty Pace. Shout all of you out. I love you guys. Thank you. That was my day one. Shout out to Maddie, who is one of my newer listeners who made this podcast her favorite podcast. Shout out to Canada, all my Canadian listeners. Shout out to Ghana. Shout out to Ghana. I'm getting love. They showing me love in Ghana. Shout out to the fellas. All the fellas, we check the analytics every now and then. It seems like I got like 50% or more of men that listen to the podcast. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I know I can be a little hard on y'all, but y'all know D loves you. She loves the babies. Okay. I love my mens. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to get that out of the way before we round this on up and get ready for y'all to celebrate that holiday that ain't for us, but we ain't gonna go there. I'm just gonna say this: 1776, 1865, 1776, 1865. Figure that one out. Okay. All right. So before I go to Felicia Rashad, I actually think what I want to do is I want to go to let me see. I want to go to Cynthia Bailey because I know we were going to discuss Cynthia tonight. Poor Cynthia. Y'all know about a week, I want to say ago, Cynthia Bailey was on the Wendy Williams show. And Wendy Williams was basically, being Wendy, being messy Wendy, and told her that she wanted her to get fired. Like, I don't see you on the show. I think Wendy, when she says certain things, she'll try to make it look like, she's saying it for your better good. And maybe she really is. Because, for nothing, I like the fact that, Wendy is Wendy. You have so many people that's so damn fake in the world. It's kind of refreshing to have somebody real. It can be jolting. It can be, you can be taken aback sometimes. But at the end of the day, wouldn't you rather that? Wouldn't you rather that than have somebody that puts on for the damn city and then turn around and do some shit that's so far right from what they usually do? Now you sitting around and you need to be on somebody's couch because you're trying to figure out how the hell did you miss this all this time. It's because all this time they've been fake. So, I mean, all for nothing, we need to give her props. At least she is who she is. So, that being said, she was basically telling her, yeah, I want you to because I don't think you fit in there. You got, you going on with Mike Hill, you're doing your thing or whatever. So, Cynthia got, a little in her feelings like she do. I was like, Lord, please don't let her, we know what happened when Portia tried it, baby. We don't need you to do that, baby, because we know Cynthia got them legs, honey. She got no jack legs like no kangaroos that go puck up. I thought y'all didn't want to kick her across the couch, okay? But so yeah, now you got her coming out now, and they're saying that she's been fired. So we go like, wow, Cynthia got fired. So she was in a recent interview and they asked her, what's going on, Cynthia? It looks like that, rumor has it that you've been fired from the show. And she basically said that, she don't know that she's been fired. All she can say is she don't have a contract in her hand. I'm like, okay, let's go back. You don't have a contract in your hand, but you don't think you're fired. There are other people on the show that has their contract already, but you don't have one and haven't heard nothing. Okay. So that being said, we don't know exactly what's going on, but Nene was on the rounds, and let's keep Nene in our prayers because this Greg's condition has come out of remission. So let's just keep her and him in our prayers, and let's just pray that everything goes well for him. But Nene was making her rounds, and she was talking about Cynthia was boring and all this. A lot of people say that. And let me see if I can get the audio for you all where she actually was on Wendy Williams' show. Let me see if I can pull that up. I hope you guys are enjoying our little sip and stir tonight. I know you're just sipping and stirring at home. You got that yak, you got that Tron, roll that Joe, and let's get on. Okay? Let's see. All right. Let me see if I got this audio together. And this was with Wendy. This was the exchange. Let's see if it'll come up. Oh, it'd be nice if I unmuted, right? I don't know why this thing is really making me look crazy today. But anyway, I already told y'all. I just wanted to see if I could give you some little audio for yourself to listen to hear. But anywho, we're gonna keep Cynthia in our thoughts. What do y'all think? Me personally, I think at this point it has turned into the real hoes of Hollywood. I think that I mean, I said of Hollywood. Well, they in Hollywood now with all this acting. But I think it has come to the real hoes of Atlanta. I don't really think it's going to be based on nobody being married. There are rumors that Sheree's returning. So they got to make room. I know people have been calling for Phaedra. I don't know if Phaedra's going to come back or not. Apollo's home. You know, it could be a big storyline just right there. You already got the things going on with Fallon and Simon. And, you know, she out here getting serenaded too. This dude, and it looked like he and Simon damn Slides talking, singing Just a Friend. And let's keep B.S. Markey family in our prayers. They are still saying that he has not passed away. Before I came on air tonight, it was still being stated that he's still here and he's fighting. So let's just pray that he fights a good fight and he gets better soon, because he is a hip-hop icon. He's another one. He's one of the originators, the beatbox, you know, B.S. Marquis say Just a Friend, Vapors, you know. So let's just keep them in our prayers as well. But it looked like homeboy was in them big old slides that Simon left at the house. And I'm like, dang, so are you telling me that this was really, that Simon was telling the truth? And then I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, that little young buck was in there. You was already playing her. Because you already knew you was going to go and deal with Portia. Let's not forget on that pool scene, and he looked at this big old white bouquet, and it did look like a wedding bouquet. He says, oh, that is beautiful. She goes, oh, that's beautiful over there. That's what Portia said. He goes, isn't it? He goes, it just makes me feel like getting married all over again. So if y'all peep game, go back over those episodes, and they were dropping little tidbits and little hints here and there. Portia all in their pool with the lady and the girl talking about how the sex is good, and Portia was looking like, really? Like, that ain't what he told me. He told me all that fucking. That was the look on her face, allegedly. Okay? That was the look on her face. So y'all go back over those. But anyway, I digress. I just don't think Cynthia needs to be on there. Cynthia was like, it would be she think it would be a disservice. She really wanted to share her married life. She wanted the public to see her happy, finally happy with her husband, Mike Hill, the sports analyst and everything. We saw you happy with Peter. We saw y'all opening clubs and him going bankrupt allegedly and all this stuff. We saw all of that. And you were happy in the beginning, and then you wasn't happy anymore. So what do you want to see? You be happy with Mike, and then after a while, you damn near didn't get married because you wanted this big lavish wedding in the middle of a pandemic. The man was looking like, look, we can stop on the side of the road and call him down just for the peace right now, tell him to come and marry our ass outside the truck. I just want to be with you. And you were tripping over that. So we'll see, because Mike here just don't strike me as that. Of course, you a well-traveled world supermodel. So of course there are certain things and certain levels that you that you like to be on when you're doing certain things. We get it. But I just say let's keep an eye out, y'all. I don't know. A lot of people are saying they want Cynthia off. I feel like I know she want to check, and that's cool, but I feel like with the sunglasses, and then, maybe come up with your own show with you and Mike Hill. Maybe y'all can go to E and do something like what Iman Shumpert and my baby girl are doing, Tiana Taylor. Maybe y'all could do something like that, or hit VH1. Everybody got started at VH1 and then work their way up. Stir. Sip and stir. Okay. So that's on Cynthia. Now the next thing that I wanted to bring up before we get to our final with Felicia Rashad was Faison Love. Honey, let me tell you something. I was done and I was through when he came up with this out of the blue. That him and Gabby Union had done slobbed it down. He had done slobbed it down in the club, okay, on a Tuesday, okay?
All right, now, D, where you go with you?
Listen, me and Gabby cool, but we got to talk one time. It was me, Gabby, and Vince Carter. Oh yeah. Ask Vince Carter about that night.
I'm my damn sure ass.
Ask about that night.
You know I'm an ass.
Everybody know about the infamous Faison Gabby tongue down. Gabby Union and I had a nice kiss in the club.
Okay, and let me tell y'all something. Y'all might be looking crazy or thinking crazy about Faison Love, but let me just be clear. Faison Love, I mean, he's a thick little boo. He do his thing or whatever. I don't think he's an ugly guy. So anybody that's like, oh, how can she do that with Faison? I don't think that he's an ugly guy. And it's possible because there were things and such said back in the day about Miss Gabby, Miss B and Mary Jane. She was Mary Jane in real life, allegedly. She was Mary Jane in real life. She was living her life. She was doing her thing. You know, after she, got divorced from her husband, there were, it was like the Brat Pack of black baddies. It was her, Nia Long, Sanaa Lathan, and I think it was one more in that little crew. They used to go to the games. And allegedly, they used to sit down there in the front. One was looking at Wade. One was looking at Shaq, I think at that time. There was one looking at Shaq. One was looking at somebody else. And if I'm not mistaken, Morning's wife, Tracy, got a little tipsy at a party and started checking all of the wives like Jackie Christie did back in the day when she was saying, y'all think y'all doing something by going to the room. You need to be coming and telling me that I shouldn't be going to chase after Doug at the parties. But y'all don't know. Them hoes be on y'all husband like cockroaches. You hit one over here on the wall, another one over here. You got to stomp on the one on the floor. Huh? Allegedly. She wrote it in her book. I remember she came on Oprah talking about that. And that was Jackie Christie back in the day. Okay? But yeah, they used to have this little crew that they ran in. Gabby, Sanaa, Nia, and I know I'm missing one. I'm missing somebody. I remember in a minute. And they used to, honey, they stay at the Miami Heat games. They stay right there down there on the floor. Get it on the floor, boo, okay? So, and then you will hear rumors and whispers that Wade and Gabby were chilling. That's why I say when she came out with all of this, oh, it didn't happen until after him and his wife. Allegedly. Gabby. Why do you think she accepted that side, baby? It wasn't no, oh, we were on a break at the time. Break what? Break what? Break off? As in break that girl off to sit her ass down and take this damn money, just like you did in Cadillac Records when you told him the baby need diapers after that lady came there and dropped Buddy Waters' baby off on your damn lap and say she couldn't take care of it no more. Life imitating art. Art imitating life. Okay? So this is not, to me, this is not a weird thing. To me, this is not something that I don't believe. This is not something that I don't think could have happened. This is something I feel like, yeah, it happened. They were in the club on a Tuesday. Oh my gosh. So, shout out to Faison Love. He got him. I would tell y'all a story, but my son would kill me. But let's just say Gabby been in a lot of dudes' dreams for a lot of time. Okay? A lot of time. That's all I'm going to say. She been in a lot of guys' dreams, a lot of time, and it is what it is, okay? Gabby is that girl. Make no error. Miss Union, well, Mrs. Wade, okay? And if she got Wade out here when she telling everybody how she, she going to get the groceries, she's eating them, she taking them out, she tossing salads, she doing all that, okay? She master chef. Sip and stir. Gabby is master chef. He ain't going no motherfucking well. Yeah, he taking on more and more jobs, baby. I don't even want you to act right now. I want you to act like you don't need to do nothing but sit right here and keep taking out these groceries. Woo! Oh my gosh. Okay, let's wind up. Oh my gosh, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I was supposed to be going. I guess, like I said, I ain't the only outside I'm going is on my porch, and that's in and back in. So, as you guys know, Felicia Rashad stood up for Bill Cosby, said a wrong has been righted. She went through her little poetic justice thing, and she spoke so eloquently. Professor Rashad did, and then she damn near got attacked by the bees, even though this don't have nothing to do with the beehive. It was that type of party, and what happened is it was a backlash. And because of the backlash, at first she came out and then she apologized and said, by no means am I dismissing the victims. Victims should, seek assistance and yada, 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 okay? Then Howard University decided they had to come out because it was being called and made like, yo, you need to go ahead and fire her. She shouldn't be allowed to be a professor there if she is standing up for somebody that took advantage of women. Then the next thing was they came out and they said that she apologized. She basically that she realized now the error of her ways and all of this. Okay, now it has turned out, because that wasn't enough, that they are going to make Professor Rashad go back to school, y'all. And I'm going to see if I can pull this up, because she has to go to school, I think, for victim sensitivity training, sexual harassment training, or something to that effect. And I'm like, hell, she should have had that in Hollywood, because if she came through the times when Weinstein was really out here, I said what I meant. When she was out here when Weinstein was really in full effect, free. Harvey Weinstein Productions, right? Free. But you can come out with documentaries about Michael Jackson, come out with documentaries about everybody else. Where you at? Free. I digress. Now, because of the constant backlash, let me see if I can read this to y'all. Shortly after her tweet went viral, Howard University put out a statement in support of the sexual assault survivors, and it looks like Rashad recently released an apology of her own. According to the reports, Felicia Rashad... Oh, this computer is really showing out tonight. Felicia Rashad issued an apology for her tweet and revealed that she will be attending various trainings to help her become a better ally to those who have suffered and survived from sexual assault. Let me tell you something. I hope that works. And this is Howard Unis, HU. HU, sit your ass down and support your sister, your queen, okay? It is what it is. You are an HBCU, HU. So let's do this FUBU, for us, by us. Yes, you can put it in the class, but let's let that be done. She supported her friend. She said what she meant. Now you're going to make her backtrack when she really don't mean to backtrack. So she just said, if I didn't offend her, I'm not going to backtrack. And at the end of the day, let me just say a couple of the names that was up there that did testify. Let's just start with Janice Dickinson. Huh? Beverly Johnson. What? Those supermodels were known to be on the party scene. And I'm sure any supermodel, Naomi, and all of them, Kimora, Tyra, Claudia, all of them can tell your ass what happens on that scene. Hey, Russell. I said what I meant. I said what I meant. So that being said, I think they better leave Felicia alone. At this point, leave her alone. Okay, she's apologized. She apologized again. Then y'all apologize for her apology. Then now y'all gonna have her undergoing sexual, assault classes or whatever, and that's great. I'm going to employ each and every woman whose ears are in listening of my voice. Y'all know we're simply stirring tonight, so I might be a little off with my little vocabulary, but you get me. Who's listening to my voice right now? I want to say to you, make sure that if anybody ever does anything to you against your will, not consensual, or anything to you that is of a nature that is not of non-violent nature, make sure that you pursue criminal repercussions. Criminal. After criminal, pain and suffering, they don't do that. But they can put them under the jail. Then that's when you do civil. Make sure that when you go with a celebrity or wherever you go, that you make sure that you are going to get your own sip. You're going to get if you get a headache, you're going to leave. I got a headache. I'm going to go now. I'm going to go home and take a couple of aspirin and lay down. I'm going to go home and take a couple of aspirin and lay down. You don't trust anybody. Let this be a clear, concise warning. Now, I hope y'all enjoy sipping and stirring these Saturday shenanigans with me. This has been great. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for everything. This has been awesome. I hope you guys have a very safe holiday. Make sure that if you are doing fireworks, that it's not in the forbidden counties and states because of this heat wave that we've suffered. If you are in Florida, in the west, in the north and west portion, make sure that you are looking out for Elsa because it looks like we might be getting some type of tropical storm. So make sure that you are prepared, that you have enough water to last you for 3 days for each person in your house. I think it's a gallon a day per person. Make sure that you have your canned goods. Make sure you have your candles. Make sure you have your generator if you can afford those things. If not, make sure that you have your charcoal grill. If you have gas grills, make sure that you go and get your tanks filled. Do all of those things because y'all know how Florida does, okay? I also want to send condolences and prayers out to the families of the Champlain Towers here in Surfside, Florida. I told y'all a couple weeks ago, I told y'all about South Beach. I told y'all about them buildings. I told y'all those old broke down buildings. I said it. They're on the beach. Salt water, salt air. And, to be honest, Miss Atlantic going to come and get her sand back. See, when they dredge and get all of that sand and stuff out of the ocean and build these beaches, because the beach is not the water, the beach is the sand. I want y'all to be clear. That sand is coming directly from the ocean floor and being made around the ocean until you can block out, you put enough to block it off to stop to a certain point. But after a while, she said, I'm sick of this shit. I'm coming from my shit. Make sure if you are in the Miami-Dade County area, Miami Beach area, and you're living in a condo, make sure that you are insisting at this point that your condo association comes to do a full and thorough inspection to ensure your safety. Okay, make sure that building is safe that you and your loved one, or you or your loved one, is living in. All right, and let's just keep those families who still are. I think the last count when I checked, it was 24. Y'all know what the count I'm talking about, and I'm not going to expound on that. The last count was 24. And I think that they're still looking for like 120 odd people. So let's keep those families in our prayers during this weekend and every day, actually, until it gets done. Okay? It's been a pleasure sipping and stirring these shenanigans with you all. I promise we're gonna be more, scheduled or whatever. But this was impromptu. I know it's a holiday weekend. A lot of y'all are outside. Once again, if you outside and you've done the hokey pokey, you can turn yourself around. If you have not done the hokey pokey according to the guidelines, follow the guidelines. Okay. Again, follow your girls, Hot D Johns, HOTDJOHNS, as you see on the banner, Kiwi305, that's me. Follow me on IG at Hot D Johns, on Twitter at Hot D Johns. Also follow the Facebook page, the Hot D Johns Experience. That's HOTD_JOHNS Experience. Okay? Make sure that you follow your girl on YouTube. We do have the backup channel that we're going to start going on soon, the Hot D Johns Experience podcast, where I'm going to be starting to put more of the podcast. This particular channel is going to be more for what we be doing, the celeb gossip, the trending topics, but the more informative things we're going to be putting on that back channel on the Hot D Johns Experience. But we just created it, so I need you guys to follow. Go ahead and follow, and I'm going to start uploading some podcast episodes to that one. If you are aware of any like gems, any celeb gossip, or any indie artist that might want to come onto a podcast and be interviewed and get his music out, please tell them please email your girl HotDJohns at hotdjohns@gmail.com. That's HOTDJOHNS@gmail.com. Okay. Again, I want you to check out KCL Goods LLC on IG for your resin goods. That's your napkin holders, your ashtrays, your coasters, your phone covers, your phone stands, any of those things. Check them out. Beautiful, good products. Okay. Blessings Lifestyle. You're trying to get snacks for the summer. Check out T Blessings Lifestyle. That's the word blessing with an S. Lifestyle, all one word. Check her out for those needs. For those snatch needs, okay, your teas and everything, and just everything. Her whole program is fire. Also, check out your boy Lou at Culture Beyond with all of your vegan skin, hair, and self-care products. Okay, I love it. I'm going to start, doing some little videos of actually using the products to show you guys. I already showed y'all the other night. Check out that Bobby Brown Key Sweat. Oh, by the way, at the end of that video, I know that the live ended. I was a little twisted. Shout out to you, Keith. I was a little twisted, and it looks like I ended the live, but I ended the live as far as once they were done on that side. But if you fast forward a couple of seconds, you will see the after show. I didn't separate it. I just kept it all on one. I'm probably going to try to go in and edit it and maybe take it out and put the after show separate. We'll see. I ain't gonna make no promise, y'all. I'm trying. We'll see though, because it's all about you, and I want to make sure that you guys are comfortable and that you are getting the full content. Okay. If you love the sipping and the stirring of the shenanigans or these Saturday shenanigans tonight, please like, share, subscribe. Make sure you share the video to your friends and your family. Also, before I end every podcast and every episode, I always like to leave with a word of encouragement, and I also like to, leave with the light, okay? And I'm just going to say today, know yourself, know your worth, and step in it. Know yourself, know your worth, and step in it. Okay, it's your girl, Hot D Johns, aka Kiwi305. It's the Hot D Johns Experience. I love experiencing it with you. And Flames, thank you. This has been beautiful. Love you so very much. Make sure that you handle your business so your business don't handle you. Keep God first. It's been the Hot D John's Experience. Saturday shenanigans, sipping and stirring these shenanigans. Peace.